Can I recommend a 10 on 10? Jimmy, don't make me time you out, dude. Scroll up 3 comments. No. Someone is getting over. Someone is getting overrated that the other. Shonen is getting overrated that other great animes are getting overlooked. Here's the thing. There's literally thousands of non-shonens. There's thousands of non-shonen. So if you feel like other shonen, if you feel like, I don't know, no one's stopping you from watching stuff besides shonen. No one's stopping you from watching stuff besides shonen. So let me just reboot my YouTube really quick because I had to reset it. There we go. Okay, we're good. How you doing, Donut? Top 3 Ippo characters. I mean, there's Ippo, who's my favorite, obviously. And then after Ippo, I guess Ippo, Sendo, and Wolf. I asked for a 10 on 10. I asked for a 10 on 10. Okay, so when you said, okay, I didn't see Tearjerker. I saw a Jerker. I saw 10 on 10 Jerker anime. So, like, you gotta understand how that sounds. You gotta understand how that sounds. When I hear, sorry if there was a miscommunication there. Different kind of show. My bad. A Tearjerker, Angel Beats, Clannad After Story. I said I was going to be back. I just had to reset the YouTube. In my opinion, who is the strongest One Piece character? Couldn't tell you. If someone gives you an answer to that question, they are pulling it out of their butt because a lot of the top characters have done nothing. Dragon, nothing. Mihawk, almost nothing. Emu, close to nothing. Most characters have done nothing. Akainu, off screens most of the time. One Piece is better written than most dark anime. I mean, One Piece is my favorite story, so I'm not gonna. I just think it's a brilliant story across the board. Dub or sub, both. Thank you, Martin. Best gay anime I've seen, probably Given. I also don't watch that much gay anime, to be fair. Favorite new gen shoujo. I don't really watch that much shoujo. I mean, I actually appreciate you asking favorite new gen something other than Battle Shonen. I actually appreciate the question. I don't watch that much shoujo. In my opinion, the strongest character is Killing Ham. Okay. What happened? I got a phone call. Whenever I get a phone call, the mic cuts off, and even when I hang up the phone, it just doesn't come back, so I have to reset the entire stream. It's incredibly annoying. Do I think character development makes a show instantly better? Here's the thing. Well, obviously having no character development... I think there's ways to approach this question. I think there's layers to this question, because I don't think there always has to be significant character development, but there has to at least be, character consistency and character quality. For example, Luffy, right? Luffy is an incredibly consistent character. On a fundamental level, he hasn't changed much since the beginning of the series. He might have matured a tiny bit in some areas, but he's still, the silly goof that he was in episode 1. Some other characters have gone much more development in that sense. But if you have a series where there's no development, it's kind of static, nothing ever changed. I think it depends. I think it really depends on how you write it. Is this a Q&A? Okay, so here's the thing. It's not inherently a Q&A. It's a stream where we come to talk about various anime, sometimes video games. But by the nature of the stream, people just have questions. So it becomes a Q&A format. But it doesn't have to stay in a Q&A format the entire time. We could just, talk about whatever, really. Suggest a good romance with a good ending? Clannad. Have I been going to Anime Expo? I have not. I haven't been to Anime Expo specifically. Do I know who Beyond Birthday is? No idea what that is. Can I have a shout out? But why? Dragon Ball is mid. I disagree. I think certain parts of Dragon Ball aren't that good. I think the OG Dragon Ball is really good. I think Dragon Ball Z is really good. I think Super's not that great. I don't think GT was that great, but the ending was fantastic. What is the saddest anime I've seen? I have no idea. Probably Kizuna. Maybe Kizuna. Thank you, Finnick. Do I know Hasbin? I do. Yuri on Ice. It's not that I don't recommend it. It's just not. It's not that good. Like it's not. It's not something I ever really pull up as an option. I don't. Yeah, I just don't think it's that great. Fog Hill of Five Elements, don't know it. Death Note, I've seen. Watamote, haven't seen. Yaoi on Lava, no idea what that is. JJK, seen it. Assassination Classroom, seen it. Does Shigaraki beat Mahito? You tell me. Silent Voice is such a good show that I wouldn't recommend. It's so good you wouldn't recommend watching. Okay, that's an interesting take. Have I seen Hunger Games? I have not. Maki versus the Zenin Clan. I enjoyed the episode. The music choice was an interesting take, but I liked it. Favorite Digimon depends on the what you're going for. So could be Guillemon, could be Magnamon, could be Gallantmon. Kind of again depends on the purpose of the question. Game of Thrones or Avatar? Game of Thrones or Avatar? Come on, man. I'm an anime watcher. Do I think eating dog is bad? I mean, I could get into the cultural differences and the ethics and like the pretty much how every animal is basically the same thing, but we view things differently based on where you're raised and the values we teach each other and all that. I personally would not eat a dog. Have I watched Dead Leaves? Nope. Vinland Saga is the best anime ever. I wouldn't go that far. I do think it's brilliant though. I'm not American or Japanese. Favorite form of cardio? Again, depends on what I'm going for. I would say hiking for general purpose. If I had access to a pool, I'd probably swim more often. Well, you asked if I was Japanese or American. I'm not either of those. Have I seen Yu Yu Hakusho? I'm struggling with it. Makuya? Don't know it. Can we agree Yosuga no Sora should not exist? I actually forgot what that is. Wait, Yosuga no Sora. What's the English name for that? Something is great for joints? Yeah, exactly. There's no impact, which is one of the reasons I appreciate it. I have not seen Komi. You should see The Hunger Games. I probably won't, though. I just probably won't watch The Hunger Games. Have I seen Shinomenta? I have not. Game of Thrones or Avatar? You didn't answer. You just said, come on. Exactly. Because you really think Game of Thrones competes with Avatar? I don't think I've seen that then, Mr. Somebody. I don't think I know that. Opinion on ice? Ice should be put on ice. Avatar, obviously, yeah, the Avatar clears Game of Thrones. That's not even a conversation. Should ice be included in a shonen anime? Only if they get their butts kicked. Have I watched Yuriki Sanama? Don't know it. Finished One Piece? No one's finished One Piece. It's ongoing. As a watcher, did I enjoy Naruto, OG, or Shippuden? I enjoyed both pretty much equally. Like, it's pretty equal for me. The Last Airbender or Legend of Korra? Avatar. Last Airbender. Last Airbender. Unfortunately, I know Detective Conan. What do you mean can black people watch anime? Like, dude, these questions. You guys wonder why I get frustrated and tired on stream sometimes. Look at this. Have I seen To Your Eternity? Yes, I have. I haven't finished the last season, though. Thank you, your boy, for the follow. You guys wonder why I get burnt out. Like, my goodness. Look what I have to deal with. It depends. Like, are some anime racist? I mean, some are intentionally racist. Some are undertones because of the author's viewpoints. Like, One Piece has racism in it, and it's pointed out to be a bad thing. What are we even talking about? We try to talk about anime, but some people are weird, man. What do I think of Dandadan? I wasn't a fan. I didn't like the characters, but like it's a good show. I couldn't get into it. Yeah, TikTok chat, YouTube chat, it's all wild. Do I think Light Yagami or L is smarter? I'm Team L personally. Again, dude, Anas, come on, dude. You think Sanji should get Conquerors? I don't. Don is... Look, I like the ideas around Don. I just don't like anybody. I did watch Yu-Gi-Oh! I actually probably have a couple of the cards lying around. Do I think I haven't seen Bungo Stray Dogs. I don't have a favorite series. I do watch JoJo's. I have seen Haikyuu multiple times. Best anime I recommend for fan service of hold on, best anime you recommend for fan service of kids? Blessed, you are getting okay, no. Dude, what the hell is this? You're going on a watch list. Dude, you're going on a what? No. Dude, you're going, nah, stop it. That's going too far. I hope you have a great day. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Favorite JoJo's part so far is 4. Have I seen Carol and Tuesday? I don't know Carol and Tuesday. Anas, you're going to be ignored as long as you keep asking those questions. Best anime to recommend to people that are new. So, like, here's the thing. I'm assuming you're asking for your friends, right? That's my assumption. Do you know what your friends like to watch? Do they like superheroes? Do they like murder mysteries? Do they like science? You can find an anime that has some carryover to those interests, is my idea. I like science. So yeah, if you like science, then find an anime that talks about science. And you could, that could be Dr. Stone. Yeah, it could be like Dr. Stone. Or it could be like Science Fell in Love and I Tried to Prove It, which is like a science comedy romance series. Not the same kind of science as Dr. Stone, but like, you can have those more science-y shows in like, right? Find something that has overlap with their interest. So is like AOT a good recommendation? It can be. Like AOT can't. If your friends like darker stories, they like action-packed, they like very detailed world building. If they like that kind of stuff, then sure. But if they're like afraid of blood, if they're agoraphobic, then I think it was agoraphobia. If they're like scared of blood, then probably not. Opinion on Blue Lock, I think it's pretty good. Life is going pretty good, I would say. Inuyashiki's dog is crazy good too. I know Inuyashiki's dog. I mean, I know Inuyashiki. That's a good one. What live action TV show? Live action TV show would I watch if I got an anime spinoff? To be honest, I don't really watch that. Like, I barely have time for anime. I haven't even had time to watch the Fallout series, and I want to watch that. If they like pizza, then show them Death Note. You mean Death Note? Kagurabachi, I've seen it. It's no wait, have I seen Kagurabachi? I think I've seen Kagurabachi. Have I watched Rabri Mikne? I have no idea what that is. Best anime for cooking and adventure dungeon meshi. Should I watch Eminence of Shadow? I personally did not like Eminence of Shadow at all. Have I ever had a Parmesan cheese? Then yes. What's my favorite anime? Movie? Then Kizuna. Do I think Detective Conan should have ended I think Detective Conan should have stopped at episode 1. It was bad. I didn't like it at all. Like anything about it. Fog Hill, haven't seen it. Day's pretty good. It's a busy day. It's pretty much going to be nonstop the whole day. What are you so busy doing you can't watch some shows? My day starts at 5 a.m. most of the time. Around 4 or 5 a.m. Wake up, make videos, make breakfast, go to the gym, do my training, come back. Then I have a Twitch live stream. And then after my Twitch stream, I make my lunch. And then I get back to training. And then after that, I plan out more content, research content, how to do better stuff. I'm also moving in a month, so I have to prep for that. We're going furniture shopping tomorrow. I'm moving stuff over to the new place. And on top of that, there's any social life I might have. Sometimes I go out with friends, D&D, that kind of stuff. If I'm not doing that, then I'm catching up with anime on the Discord server, maybe like 1 or 2 episodes here and there. More content, more training, more food, go to bed, repeat. I disagree. Conan is a masterpiece in every way. Okay, Anas, just enough, dude. Favorite anime? I don't have a favorite. Sub or dub, both. What kind of training do I do? Well, I do mostly hypertrophy work, like just primarily, your standard like weight training stuff. 5 days a week. I do yoga every single day just to try and work on my mobility, de-stress, keep the body moving. My hips have always been kind of clunky, so I need to fix that. So we're doing that, and I walk a lot. Like I walk a lot. So there's that. You play D&D? I do. I'm currently doing a Goblin Slayer campaign. Have I watched Tale of Tanya? I have not. Can my sister take you on a date? No, she cannot. Have I watched Yakobi? I have not. Cell Saga or Buu Saga? Cell Saga. Can we get a most muscular? So like, I never really learned posing. So let me explain this. I'm not like a bodybuilder. I'm not TNF. I'm not JPG. I'm not Ryan Jewers. I'm not any of those guys. I don't prep for stage. I don't do any of that. I just like lifting big circles and putting them back down. I like getting stronger. I don't really do the posing aesthetic stuff. I just like being strong. How do you know donuts? I don't like donuts. What is my best heavy lift? I'd say my favorites are probably going to be like an SLDL or like a RDL. All of my deadlifts are in the 400s or so. So like, yeah, all of my deadlift variations are in like the 4 to 500s. Well, maybe not. Okay, not quite 5. Getting there. Have I watched many Frusi? I don't know many Frusi. Can we be friends? I don't know who you are. I know who you are, but I don't know who you are. A Goblin Slayer campaign sounds so actually, the thing is, the Goblin Slayer campaign, it is not like it's not a homebrew. There's actually a book you could buy that has its own set of like rules, and it's like its own thing. It plays like D&D, but it's like a manual that you could get. It's actually really good. I highly recommend it. I'm on episode 232 episode of One Piece. Very nice. Do I have food? Actually, I've been coaching people since 2018. So, food, I don't like the term food hacks. Diet, well, here's the thing. Nutrition is usually the hardest part for people, but, it really depends what kind of questions you're dealing with specifically. But, I don't have hacks. I have strategies that could be useful for you. Favorite cozy series? The Masterful Cat is depressed again today. I believe Demon Slayer is overrated and carried by animation. I do not agree. I think animation is its most noticeable feature because people today just focus on animation more than anything because they lack any kind of attention span. I think it's fine. I think the story is reasonable. The cast is reasonable. There's good character development. The action is good. I think it's very pretty. But just because the series is pretty doesn't mean that everything else is bad. I think people downplay it because it's simple. But simple does not mean the series isn't good. Sometimes you want a straightforward story that is fun to watch. And it helps that it looks good. Like Solo Leveling, at least in the anime, not talking the manhwa because I don't read it. Solo Leveling is it's fun to watch. But the anime is not that deep. There's not a lot going on like sidecast-wise, world-building-wise. We haven't seen all that much yet. It's mostly just high-paced, really good action scenes. That's most of what it is. But if you just want to have a good time, it does that. It does that. So, depends what you're trying to get out of it. Is the weather pretty chill? No, it's pretty cold today. You came after a long time in my feed. We've been here, but we've been on Twitch more often, which, by the way, you guys should follow on Twitch. Favorite genre is cozy stuff. I'm a human being, so can we be friends? I'm not convinced you're human. AOT or Demon Slayer? Probably AOT. Do I prefer glossy animation like Ufotable or Mob Psycho? It depends on the series, but I love Mob Psycho. I really like Mob Psycho. So I can go with really crisp animation or really cartoonish. That's fine. Depends. Do I know Lowell Bergen? I don't. If you're 4 inches in front of Elon, okay, Blake, just stop. Do I play Genshin? I don't. Shao Tucker did nothing wrong. You're wrong. Do I like cozy because it's not mentally taxing? So here's the thing. I watch anime to have a good time and de-stress. Anime is my downtime. It is my time to put all the stress of daily life aside and just relax. So watching a series like Kingdom of Ruin, AOT, things like that, aren't exactly the most mentally relaxing series. So like I like to spend more time watching stuff that's just stress relieving, not anxiety inducing. The average anime watcher, holy chops. Okay. Who is the character I hate the most? I don't have a character that I hate the most. There's characters I don't like, but I don't care that much about it. Would I rather have a puppet manipulation now, actually, or have super strength where you get really dumb? So basically, like the sugar guy from Hero Academia. So I ingest sugar, I'm really strong, but I become like, I guess. Well, I don't want to be a puppet user. I'll be strong but dumb. How would I move if? Okay, Anas. Anas. I've had enough. I've had enough. You're getting timed out. I'm done. Is SpongeBob smarter than Shikamaru? No. What is the best anime? I just finished Death Note. There is no best anime, but like Death Note is fine. You know what? You could try you know what? Go for something different. Go for Gakko Gurashi. Do I think Eren Yeager was a villain? Yes. Like, here's the thing. If your solution is genocide, then you're a villain. Like, you could argue his options and like what other options he could have done, but genocide isn't typically the solution. A good horror series recommendation. I've only seen like single-digit horror series, and most of them aren't even that scary. So, like, again, Gakko Gurashi. It's one of the few horrors I've seen. And it's, again, not that scary. It's like, it's zombie apocalypse, so it's like in the right kind of ballpark. Do I think we should all go vegetarian? No. No, I do not. I am going to watch Bleach. Is it good? I think it's good. How do I cope with loneliness? If you're asking me how I cope with loneliness, I don't get lonely. Like, I just don't. So, like, how would I tell someone else to cope with loneliness? To reach out to people you trust and try and create a good supportive network. Everybody has somebody, even if you think you don't. Everyone has somebody. Have I watched Shaman King? I love Shaman King. Hellsing Ultimate, really good. Should I call her? No. He has his hands. Those are his friends. Yeah, I have a good. I have a good group of friends. If you are homeless, just get a home. No, that is okay. Sadras, that is not what I said. If you're homeless, just get it. That is not what I said. If you are lonely, then usually people who are lonely do not want to feel like a burden and therefore avoid reaching out to people when they should. Usually it's an insecurity issue, it's a lack of confidence issue, it's like a guilt issue. It's not that that they don't genuinely act. It's not that they have nobody. It's usually they have some but don't want to be that person that asks for help. I think it's okay to ask for help. What should I watch as a newbie? It doesn't really matter. It's about I would say, is there anything that looks interesting to you? Is there a show, even if you've only seen like a trailer, a clip, an image, that's like, that looks kind of interesting to me? I would just say, if something catches your eye even for a minute, try it. See if you like it. You've watched Benny Senpai? I dropped it. Bankai is the final. Bankai is the final stage for Soul Reapers in unleashing their full potential of their sword. So it's like their strongest ability. Can't spoil what a Bankai is. I mean, I just did. Taku, do I watch Primal? I do not. If you're lonely, just don't be lonely. So here's the thing. If you think that being lonely is only about having people there, that's not always the solution. Like, you could be lonely and surrounded by people at the same time. Which is harder to learn, Haki or Chakra? Here's the thing. Every living person has, everyone in the Naruto universe has Chakra. So, like, no. But then again, every person can learn Haki. I would say more people learn to use their chakra than hockey. So I'm going to say chakra is probably easier. But I'm an introvert. That doesn't mean anything. An introvert just means that you're going to be more selective with who you socialize with, and you tend to be drained by large or complex social situations where sometimes people are better in groups, in small groups. Sometimes you're just really picky with who you hang out with, but they actually do refill your battery. Some people just don't like to have more alone time. That doesn't mean that you don't connect with anybody. You can be an introvert and still socialize. It's just who you socialize with, in what conditions, and how much could vary. Did I watch the new JJK? I did. I think it's pretty good. I haven't seen Blue Box. Did you see Luffy's sketch in the artwork channel? I think I did. I've seen every single post in the Discord server. I have not seen Cliff on a Plane. All the people saying hockey in the USA all the people playing hockey in the USA are in a USA national team. Okay. Is Ichigo stronger than most protagonists? I don't really power scale, so I couldn't tell you. Maybe, possibly. Have I watched Baccano? I have not. How do I feel about Gurren Lagann? Didn't like it. Is Ichigo... Okay, I already answered that. Vosto is coming in strong with the bot questions. I wouldn't call them bot questions. I don't think he's being a bot. Am I excited about Dragon Ball Super? Sure, but I haven't read it, so I know almost nothing about the Moro arc. Can I ban the bot talking you condemn the fire? Well, what? Did I miss something? I feel like I missed something. Can I rank the Straw Hats? In what context? Last anime the latest anime that I dropped? What did I drop? Hang on. I probably dropped something recently, actually. Give me a second. No, not that one. I know I dropped something. Damn, did I... Maybe Nana? I don't think Nana was... I think... Oh, no, wait. The last one I dropped was Yusha Party ni Kiwai Koga Ita Node Kokuhaku Shitamita. Can I rank the Straw Hats strongest to weakest? But, not really. But, who? Not really. Yeah, also the anime was pretty bad. I still don't get the power scaling questions. I don't understand why people care about them. What's the last anime I liked? Sentenced to be a Hero, probably. Maharaga. What about him? Have I watched? I don't watch Gunner stuff. What's my most? I don't have a favorite series. When were what? Have I watched? I don't. Guys, stop asking Gunner questions. Enough. What do I think about Jiraiya's death? I thought it was pretty sad. I didn't cry, but it was sad. Have I watched Dandadan? I dropped it after season 1. Ignoring me or this chat non-vulgar? I'm not ignoring you. If you're asking Aaron Yeager's actions were 100% justified, I disagree. It's not that it's a non-vulgar chat. If you were being inappropriate, you would have been banned. You're not doing anything wrong. Do I watch romance? I do. Epilehoshi, I don't know that one. Do I watch romance? Yes. Why Monster ending was not good for you? Well, because it was just boring. There's all this build-up. It was just all this build-up, the hunt, the chase, and it's just spoiler warning for end of Monster, but okay, he's in a coma. Bruh, come on. I just watched season 3, episode 3 of JJK. I liked it. Can I recommend any romance? Sure. I will pick Anohana. Can I rank your dad, your mom, and your siblings? No. When was I born? 1991. You should gain Eggers? I don't know. Okay. Well, hello there, any Robotech old school fans. Nah, I don't really know much about Robotech. Did I leave? What is wrong with chat? What happened to chat? You read a lot of comments, your throat will get dry. I'm good. I won't be on much longer. My phone is almost dead. Girls Last Tour, best anime ever. I don't think it's the best anime ever. I think it's pretty good though. It's good enough that I recommend it. Is Digimon tough? Yes. Okay. Can I reconnect the best Demon Slayer episode? I don't have a favorite Demon Slayer episode. I've seen every episode though. Can I talk like a Mongolian brain rot? No. So you were born in 1991. Have I met with the Egyptians? Do you know what a okay. What was your highlight in anime history? Okay. I've been watching anime for over 30 years. I've seen over 900 series. How am I supposed to pick one moment? That's insane. My family is in my family, not my family, is in my family, which is on. Okay, I'm ignoring that. Dandadan is the best one. I disagree. Do I think Hikigaya is as relatable as fan? I don't know Hikigaya. What is your favorite pet dinosaur? Okay, Husam, come on, man. One Piece is the best anime. It's my favorite story, but not my favorite anime by any means. Did I watch More Than a Married Couple? I did. Wasn't a huge fan of it. It was fine. It was like decently good. Unfortunately, I don't have a top 10. I do not have a top 10. I'm not sure if I ever will. Can I? No, Zolo. No, I can't. What would I eat? What would I rate AOT? Okay, how badly do I want to piss people off? But I guess yeah, I'm just gonna piss off the fans. So I'll go for it. Like high 7s, low 8s. I think the low 8s is as high as I can go. That's like at the best moments. Like I can't. Like that's me really trying to be generous. If I could forget an anime to watch, no, I wouldn't. I don't want to rewatch anime anymore. I want to watch a series and move on. I want to watch a series and move on. I don't want to go back. I don't care how good it was. I don't care if it's a 15 on 10. I don't care if it's a masterpiece. I don't want to rewatch stuff anymore. Have I dropped 30 rounds? I don't know what you mean. One Punch Man and One Piece is top notch. One Piece is my favorite story, but One Punch Man was not. I mean, what was your highlight in anime, like fights and deaths and stuff? Like, but even that question, I have seen over 900 series. You're asking me to pick, like, if you're asking me just pick out like a cluster, okay. If you want like some moments that come to mind, then all right, I could do that. That's more reasonable. So like, let me just, okay. Edward literally giving straight hands to not Hohenheim. I forgot his name. I forgot the name of the main villain from Full Metal Alchemist. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. The monster in the flask. Just going straight hands on him at the end of the series. That was great. Erwin final battle cry for AOT. I will say any of Vegeta's amazing speeches. I will say Escanor every time he appears on screen because the man's just a legend. Pretty much every line he spoke was fire. I can give hundreds. Do you don't have any hair? You're a letter O. What do I do for a living? This. Best arc in anime, in my opinion. What do you want me to do with that? What anime would end instantly if the MC used common sense? What anime would end instantly if the MC used common sense? Okay, how do I want to use common sense here? Because I almost said something wrong. Like, I almost said, it wouldn't have been common sense. I almost said Vinland Saga because, like, if Thorfinn did not, give in to the anger in that moment, like, if he just, like, stopped himself, processed his emotion, and didn't go after Askeladd in that moment, and just went home, end of story. It never happens. It's done. So, like, you know, what's the most overrated? Again, compared to what? I want you guys to start thinking about the questions that you're asking a bit more. Like, overrated compared to what ratings? Because I don't look at ratings. Do I think the 3D are like pottery? Oh, do I think 3D art like pottery or 2D art like drawings is better? No preference. I don't think one is better than the other. I love the story of One Piece. I mean, yeah, One Piece is my favorite story. It's just not my favorite anime. It has way too many problems to be my favorite anime. My grandpa. What's this? What is wrong? Okay, guys, you wonder why I get tired during these streams. These chats are just, what is wrong with you? Come on, man. Majin Vegeta's farewell. Yeah, Majin Vegeta's speech was great. Majin Vegeta or Erwin? I'm gonna give it to Vegeta. I'm gonna give it to Vegeta. The mentor of Zoro? Oh wait, who's the mentor of Zoro? Mihawk. Well, technically Mihawk. He's the only one we see teach Zoro. Unless you mean as a kid. I forgot the name of his mentor as a child. Hikigaya is from my teen romantic comedy. I love that show. Teen romantic comedy is great. Based on your logic, how long do you think a peak anime would take to finish film? What do you mean based on my logic? What does that have to do with anything? What does how good a series have to be? That question doesn't make any sense. How long a series lasts isn't based on how good it is. It's just based on how long it takes for that series to finish. I'm looking forward to Elbaf. If you were forced to, okay, Babs, what's wrong with you? Come on. Is Hikigaya as relatable as people say? I guess it depends on to who. Like, I don't relate to him. I like him. I like his character. Do I relate to him? Not really. Actually, maybe a little bit. Maybe a tiny bit. What are you thinking about the One Punch Man Season 3? It's pretty bad. What are the problems with One Piece to make it not your favorite? What are the problems with One Piece? Okay. Let's go with the obvious ones. The obvious ones that we can all agree on. The pacing, horrendous. The Sanji slander. You literally took Mr. Prince and turned him into Mr. Nosebleed. Sorry. Huge loss of points there. Then, like, the story is good, the side cast is good, the actions. Honestly, I think the hardest part is the pacing. I think that's the worst part. It's a drag to get through, and Mr. Prince. I'm bored. See you later, dude. Gojo versus Hien. I don't know who that. Again, I don't do the versus stuff really. Did I watch Goblin Slayer? I did. It's pretty good. One of my favorite animes is Crying Freeman. Don't know it. Here's the thing. I don't think fandoms are inherently toxic. I think that entire idea is silly. Maybe this is a weird take. Maybe it is. Because I think every fandom has good and bad. Every single one. Not just anime, literally everything. Pick something that people like. Everything. Everything. Could be hockey. Could be football. Could be collecting stamps. And anything. There's going to be reasonable people. There's going to be awful people. I just choose not to associate with the awful people. Here is something interesting. Rank my top 10 anime girls based. Zolo, no, because I don't find fictional characters attractive. I don't even notice real attractive people. Romance again. Like, I want you to think through these questions a bit more, guys. Opinion on romance anime. What do you mean? The entire genre? Where you have everything from like sketchy fan servicey shows like I don't know, girlfriend read like High School DxD and like Prison School, or are we talking like My Love Story, Snow White with Red Hair, Sign of Affection? Like, depends. There's a wide range. Like, you can't rate a genre. You can't do it. What is an anime that give you the most excitement? Cozy stuff. Cozy stuff. Every time. What death made you cry the most? When's the last time I cried to a death? Maybe Kurama. Maybe that one. Which anime has the deepest philosophy? I think it depends on. There is no again that itself is not a question that can be answered. That itself is not a question that can be answered because you could take any philosophical discussion or analysis from any show and make it deeper. You could take a deep analysis of Fullmetal Alchemist, AOT, Vinland Saga, Avatar, like Kurama made you cry but not Jiraiya. Bro, I lost respect. I don't care. Do you really think I care whether people like if you get upset at me for like having an emotional reaction to one character not another? Okay, that's on you. That's more on you than me. What anime universe without would I be stuck in for 24 hours? Wherever there's food. Again, to every question, whether it's go to an anime world, the answer is where there's food. Every time. You want to surround me with crazy monsters? I don't care. If there's food, I'll go. You have to choose a world to go to, send me where there's food. Every time. That's the answer. Did Squid Games have a deep philosophy? I didn't watch Squid Games. I do not read manga. It makes sense to cry over it, but you make a point that Jiraiya didn't make you cry. Yeah. Jiraiya didn't make me cry. So, someone asked me that what was a death that made you cry? Kurama did. Jiraiya didn't. What do you want me to do? Sword Art Online or Fire Force? Fire Force. What show or movie would I say has the highest animation quality? Unlimited Blade Works or Violet Evergarden. How can you be attached to cry to Kurama but not Jiraiya? Okay. So, okay, you're asking a question that just you're assuming that every person is going to get equally attached or invested to the same characters. Okay, Jiraiya was Naruto Sensei. Okay, Kurama was literally living inside Naruto the entire series. Okay, if you had a character that you really liked and he only appeared in like one episode and then he died, or she died, is it okay to cry over it? Sure. It doesn't matter how much time you spend with that character. It doesn't matter how much screen time you got with that character. Like, okay. Example. Corazon from One Piece, right? Corazon is a character that, by comparison, does not get a whole lot of screen time. How many One Piece fans cried over Corazon? We don't see him a lot. That was horrible. That was sad. Pervy Sage was the best. I mean, I like Jiraiya too, but people are gonna like who they like. They're gonna get attached to different people. Have I watched The Last Blood But Breath? No, I have no idea what that is. Like Love It For no, not really. I'm saying that people are different and will get attached to different characters. Some people don't get attached at all. There's gonna be some people who just don't get sad regardless of who dies. Some people just don't get emotionally attached to characters. Some people are very emotionally attached. They'll get very invested in multiple characters. Some people are more selective or have a certain type, whatever. There's always a GOAT law. Okay, no, there is. Okay, Jiraiya was always a good. Jiraiya, no, you're so okay. So your boy, you're wrong. You're wrong on both fronts. So there is no law. There is no requirement. There is no rule that every person must follow and must be more attached to this character than that character. That is just objectively an incorrect take. You're just wrong there. And Jiraiya was always a good guy. We literally catch him peeping into women's bathrooms when we meet him. That's not a good guy. Was he like on the good side? Sure. Was he like a Leaf Shinobi? Sure. Does he do things that I always encourage? No. He does some really creepy stuff that I'm not fond of. Like, no, I'm not defending that. Oh, okay. So Corazon's always a good guy. I never cried to, so you never cried to any character, but how Going Merry, okay, so like when Going Merry died, yes, a lot of us found that very sad. Who are we talking about? We were just talking about various characters, Jiraiya, Corazon, stuff like that. Which character had insane potential but got wasted? Go. You know, who do I want to pick? Who do I want to pick? I can. That's the thing. There's so many picks. Oh, Rock Lee. Rock Lee. Would I rather be hunted by Jason or Pennywise? I don't know much about either of them. I know Pennywise is like an alien entity that like gets stronger from fear or something like that. Jason's just an immortal serial killer. Not a character, but anime, and it's Witchblade. I have not seen Witchblade. Also, my phone is about to die. Heads up. Pervy Sage was a pervert. Yeah, I mean, yes. But it's better than Madara starting a war because his brother died. If you think that Madara started a war because his brother died and that's the only factor, then you missed it. Then you're just not paying attention. Your literacy needs work. Yeah, it's a lot more complex than, oh no, my brother died, time to destroy the world. Come on, man. I've never seen any anime, but I like Avatar. Anas, come on. You didn't think I would notice? Yes, you have. Favorite Uchiha? Probably Obito. Probably Obito. In terms of just like overall, yeah, Obito. Do I like Gabimaru? Yeah, I like Gabimaru. He's cool. Kurama was a murderer, so if you like Jiraiya less because he was a perv, why do I like Kurama? So yes, here's the thing. Kurama killed people, but like you have to also take into like I don't hate Jiraiya. You're also putting words in my mouth. Did I say Jiraiya was a bad guy? I said he did bad things. But you also skipped over everything that I said before. You literally skipped the entire point that people have different preferences and get attached to different characters and different things. So like one person getting attached to one character and not another character isn't wrong. There is no rule, there is no law saying you must feel more for this person than that. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. And to suggest so is nonsensical. Hiruzen, I would say, is not, Hiruzen definitely failed in multiple fronts. I think the biggest failure is probably the one that take care of Naruto. He did not do that. He did not do that. Stopping the war with the Uchihas didn't exactly go as planned. Is that a sign of affection? Indeed it is. I'm watching too many animes at once. Now I don't know which one to watch. Go off a vibe. Or like spin a roulette. If you're feeling cozy, watch something cozy. If you feel like you want to get hyped up, watch something that's more action-packed. Or just, put them all on a spin the wheel and do that. Do I have a Discord? Yes, I do have a Discord. It should be linked on the YouTube. Thank you, Karthik. How you doing? I don't mean like in the YouTube chat, but like on my profile, there's like links at the top. Should be there. Thank you, baby, for the follow. Avatar or Korra, I already answered this, Anas. Anas, you're asking the same questions over and over again. Don't think I don't notice. Best long-term foreshadowing in anime, One Piece. But also One Piece has most shows don't have the decades of content that One Piece does, so it kind of has an advantage there. But why romance genre is one of your favorites? Because it's cozy. My favorite stuff to watch is cozy. And romance is generally very easygoing. How you doing, Nick? Conan has decades of garbage. Decades of garbage. Thank you, Uwais. I appreciate that. And how you doing, ML? And thank you, Jesus. Who is the best Joestar? I like Josuke and Jotaro the most. Favorite animation studio? I actually don't have a favorite studio because I just don't keep track of who makes what. That's on me. That's just my fault. I don't know any Muslim animes, unfortunately. Best about Kon is the opening and end. I assume you mean Conan. I don't think there's anything good about Conan. Can't do it. I don't like anything about it. Anime that's popular, but I just don't get the hype. It's not that I don't get the hype. It's that I don't like it. So that's different. It's different. So I don't like Steins Gate. I don't like Code Geass. I don't like Gurren Lagann. I don't like Gintama. There's a lot of popular series I'm just not into at all. Opinion from On Slayer. I assume you mean Demon Slayer. Then that's pretty good. To Eternity, I've seen season 1 and 2. It's pretty good. 3 is okay. Again, like Anas, I don't know anything about the Muslim culture. I don't know any Muslim series. I'm sorry. Opinion on Chainsaw Man. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like Chainsaw Man. If Naruto released today, I think it would do pretty good. I honestly think Naruto would be just fine today. I think it would do well. Pork or chicken, both. Where to watch anime for free? If you go to my Discord server and go to the frequently asked questions and scroll down, you will find about a dozen free streaming sites. Which one is better? Both. Here's the thing. It's both. Pork or Avatar? Your questions make no sense in us. Your questions make no sense. Favorite pieces of animated media outside of anime? So like Across the Spider. How about the Spider-Verse movies? Haram means inappropriate. He's asking for so I don't watch inappropriate. If you're talking like fan servicey stuff, I don't watch that. What's my favorite? I don't have a favorite series at this point in time. I couldn't get past Chainsaw Man because of the touchy stuff. You know what? There's a bit of it. There's not a whole lot of it, but if it puts you off, I understand. We all have different standards and like where we draw the line. If you didn't like it, okay. Not gonna give you a hard time over it. No, I don't like fan servicey stuff. I really don't. Favorite anime? Don't have one. How you doing, Chocolate? Opinion on Hunter x Hunter? I think it's fantastic. Nick, thank you for the follow. Mob Psycho already did. Okay, again, Anas, pork, bacon, ham. It's all the same stuff. It's all the same to me. Food is food. Food is food. I like it all. How you doing, Punjabian? What's good? Am I on a treadmill? No, I'm not. We sold the treadmill. It's gone. Win take fan. Exactly. I'm not a fan service guy. Have I seen 86? I have not yet. It is on the list somewhere. I'm not walking on the treadmill. I still walk plenty. Don't worry. DBZ or Mob Psycho? Dragon Ball Z. Any anime I might rewatch. So I have rewatched anime in the past. I don't rewatch anime anymore. So probably not. We're doing pretty good, Smang. Opinion on Vinland Saga, 10 on 10. Why do I hate you so much? I don't hate you, but when you spam the same questions a billion times, and it's obviously that it's every stream the same spammy questions that I've already answered a million times to you, yeah, I'm gonna ignore you. I'm gonna ignore it. Like, I don't know what you think I'm gonna keep. No, I'm not gonna keep doing it. I don't know if you think I'm gonna. Come on, man. How you doing, Wind? Vinland Saga is really good. Name a character whose death saved the story. A character whose death saved the story? You know what? Okay, so I'm going to say, technically, this is a spoiler warning and kind of not a typical pick, but I'm going to say Escanor during season 4. Where he used up his remaining lifespan to hold back the Demon King. Will you react to Jose Marino? I don't know who Jose Marino is. How serious is a developing power system in anime? Wait, how serious? Oh. I don't think... Okay, so I think as long as your power system is relatively interesting, like it doesn't have to be super complex. But it has to at least be interesting enough and consistent. So like, it's okay to evolve things over time, like the way Oda evolved hockey as he came up with it down the road. I think that's okay. So like, as long as I think as long as it doesn't even have to be that revolutionary. Like, how many times have we seen magic and mana? There's a million of those, but it can be done well. The more complex, the more chances of plot holes. So, like, look at Nen. Nen is very complex, but also makes perfect sense. So it can be done brilliantly. But you could also take something simple But you can also take something complex and simple at the same time, like alchemy, because alchemy is basically just science. It's literally just science with like a supernatural component to it. So like, there's that. Super works too for the question. For which question? Do I have any Muslim friends or relatives? Friends, yes. Relatives, no. About to start EPO in a couple minutes. Awesome. Highly recommend it. Also, my phone is going to be dead in less than 5 minutes. So I'm ending the stream in 2 minutes. Just a heads up, guys. Have I watched Inazuma? Not yet. It is on the to watch list. Also, reminder to follow on Twitch. I'll pin it one more time because I'm not going to be here too much longer, and I want to make sure people get a chance to follow that. There we go. Have I watched Inazuma? Yeah. When did I start watching? 1994. Have I watched... I have no idea what that is. Favorite Chainsaw Man character? I guess Reese? I don't really like anybody. So I guess Reese. What was my first? Dragon Ball. Evangelion was not for me. Which anime proves violence is the answer? It isn't. But like... Is there an anime where violence is the choice of action, is like the course of action? Sure. Is it the answer? No. You going on Twitch now? No. The next Twitch stream is going to be Sunday morning. I normally go live on, actually it's going to be live on Monday. Tomorrow morning I have IKEA shopping, so I can't. Sunday I have work. So the next Twitch stream is going to be Monday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. I have seen JJK. Favorite anime? I don't have a favorite yet. Galaxy Next Door is pretty good. Any mechas? I've seen Bravern, Iron-Blooded Orphans, Eureka 7, Gargantia. Should I watch Gurren Lagann? Go for it. If it looks interesting to you, go for it. Do I watch MHA? I did when it was, when it was ongoing. I am looking forward to Elbath. And the other day, me and my friend were debating if... I don't read Modulo. What are your thoughts on the new Dragon Ball Z project? Looking forward to it. Villain who was objectively correct but morally unforgivable. Objectively I don't know any that meet that criteria. That were objectively right and unforgivable. I can't think of any. Okay, so my phone is literally turning off. No, my phone is literally turning off. So, YouTube chat, sorry, I gotta call it. My phone is actually dead. I'll see you guys tomorrow.